Greetings and welcome back to Drew's office. Today, we're going to learn how to use a data entry form in Microsoft Excel. Entering our data via a form can be beneficial because it helps us to simplify data entry and reduce errors, enforce consistent data formatting, and it also makes the collecting of data easier for analysis and reporting. Before we build our form, we need to make sure we have a structured worksheet with relevant columns. The columns that we create will act as placeholders, ready to receive the data that is entered via the form. We're going to have a table that lists different countries from around the world. We'll create some column headings. On this temperature column, to get the little Celsius symbol, hold down the Alt key and tap 0176. We can also format the columns before we build the form. This helps Excel to understand what type of data to expect. These three columns will just contain text. Let's make sure the data will be aligned to the left. The population column will be the number format. We want to use the comma to separate the thousands, and we don't want any decimal places. For the temperature column, it's also a number, but we want the temperature symbol to always appear. What we can do is create a custom format. In this box, we define our very own format. The hash symbol is a kind of placeholder for numbers. We want it to end with the temperature symbol. So now, when data is entered, it will be formatted correctly. Because we'll be using a data form and we'll be adding new records, it's going to be a lot easier if we convert our range into an actual Excel table. Let's give our table a name and remove the filter buttons. In this column, we want to ensure that whenever someone is completing the form, they can only enter valid entries. And because our data is converted to a table, we only need to apply the validation to the first row. Each time a new record is added, the data validation will carry through to each new row. On the Data tab, click on Data Validation. We'll type our list in this box here. The error alert is where we can create our own little error message. And this message will pop up if invalid data is entered into our table. Perhaps we want to restrict which languages can be used in our form. Now that all of our formatting and validation is done, we need to add the user entry form to the ribbon. Right-click and choose Customize Ribbon. Create a new group inside the Developer tab. Rename the group. Have a look at the commands that are not in the ribbon, and add the form command to the new group. And then on the Developer tab, we see our new group and button. Let's give it a test, create a new entry. Press Enter to update the table. We can also use the form to update a record. The form button will only work with a table of data. If we click in a cell outside of the table, the form button will throw up an error message. Using the form, we can navigate to a particular record and delete it from here. Now, if we enter an invalid continent and we press enter, we see our data validation kicks in. This is also true of our language column. Let's add some new records. Now, if we want to, we can use these buttons here to navigate through each record in the table. The alternative is this criteria button. This allows us to do a search and a filter within the form. We can search for and filter to see only the Asian continent. And now, when we use the next and previous buttons, we're only seeing 2 of our records. We can also use wildcards to find specific rows in our data. If we want to find all the countries that contain the letter M, we can use asterisk to represent any number of characters, use the next and previous buttons, sometimes it might be useful to set multiple criteria. Show me all the countries that contain an S, where the language is English. These are some of the ways we can introduce a basic data entry form into our life. We can still add records the traditional way,